I'll just keep it. I'll ask her, you want me to keep it real, raw, and uncut with you? Because I'm going to ask for permission first before I go all in. Like, I want to build generational wealth for real. Like, I don't just say that just because it sounds good. Like, I want to build that for real, for real. Hey, y'all. I know it's been such a long time. I know. I vanished. I went MIA. But I got some juicy information for y'all. So, it's your girl, Jennro. And if you're new here, hi. My name is Jennifer and I go by Jennro. And I originally started this YouTube channel because I quit my job a year ago and went to go follow my dreams, which eventually led into entrepreneurship. Yes, y'all, it has made a year. Today is January 9th, 2026. And I have some good information to share with y'all of what I've learned so far on this journey. So if you want to follow along with me on this journey, if you're looking to quit your job and start that business, if you are in a business and you may be stuck, or you're feeling adversity, or you just need someone that experienced the same thing as you, or even if you want to really know the real juicy information that they don't tell you about entrepreneurship, this channel is for you, okay? And this video is for you, all right? So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's dive straight into it, okay? Where do I start? Y'all, I have learned 2025. I've learned so much about business, myself, other people. I've learned more into the business that I do have, which is Jennro Studios. I'm a photographer in the Baton Rouge area, and I specialize in helping women in business with their visuals. So if you need some dope, branding photos for your business, if you need some dope videos for your business, be sure to hit us up. Our information will be linked down below. So be sure to go follow us also on all social media platforms. That also will be linked down below. But y'all, I'm going to be honest. I honestly want to take my time with this video because I really want to express to y'all what I've experienced so far with entrepreneurship, so you can know what to prepare yourself for, or maybe it'll help you with your journey, or maybe you just enjoy listening to Jennro and supporting Jennro too. Whatever you want to use this information for is there, okay? So like I said, I do want to take my time with this video. Entrepreneurship, y'all, on this journey, I've had more downs than ups. I'm gonna just be completely honest with you. Despite, let me say this, like, if you found me on Instagram is just Instagram, okay? Like, we gotta perform over there, okay? Like, Instagram, you gotta show up in a certain way, because that's the only way, like, people would, like, I ain't gonna say engage with your videos, so you have to, but it's just like Instagram just different from like all the other social media platforms. Like, it's just different. So if you find me on Instagram, no matter what you see on Instagram, like, entrepreneurship, there are more downs than ups. And what I want to share with you, I haven't seen no one else on social media or the internet really talk about, right? And I don't have everything figured out. I'm going to say that I do not have everything figured out at all. But I want to start really taking out along with me on this journey, because I know it's a lot more other women out there who want to really pursue fully their business, or pursue their dreams, or like pursue like a gift or talent, or really want to pursue something that they know that God is calling them to do. Entrepreneurship is very spiritual. Okay, is in the beginning of this journey, I didn't know that it was that spiritual. I didn't know it was, I didn't know it was a journey that you really go on and walk with God. Like, He's the main source of this journey. Nobody else. Nobody else. Okay? So that's the number one thing. You have to be prepared to connect with God. You have to. Okay? I'm not married. I am 28 years old. And at the time that I did start my journey, I was dating someone. But on this journey, I did break up with that person because they did not align with what God was doing to me on this journey. So you have to learn to be okay with leaving people, isolating yourself from people. You have to, because if you don't, this journey is not for you. If you have problems with detaching yourself from people that don't belong in your life, this journey is not going to be for you. And I just want to be completely straightforward to you. Okay? If a woman came up to me and asked me some things about entrepreneurship, this is what I'll just keep it. I'll ask her, you want me to keep it real, raw, and uncut with you? Because I'm going to ask for permission first before I go all in. And this is what the main thing I'm going to start with. You got to keep God centered. You have to allow Him to lead you and guide you, because there's going to be so many battles and obstacles that's going to come your way that nobody around you is going to be able to help you with. And it's y'all, entrepreneurship, life in general is not all about money. If you want to start that business because of money, it's not gonna last. You're not gonna prosper. I'm just be completely honest, because entrepreneurship and building a prosperous business is for you to serve God's people. Whatever you experience in your life that led you into that business that you want to start, someone else out there needs to hear your journey and needs to hear why you have this service or why you have this product. And I'm going to use me for example. With my photography business, Jennro Studios, I've experienced stuff as a single mother. I've experienced things as a woman in general that many other women have experienced too. So I share my personal journey, and I also share of why I service women in general with my photography business, with my videos, with my photos. I service women because I understand what it means when you're not confident. I understand what it means. Hold on, let me change this battery. Okay, so I understand what it means when you're insecure and not feeling your best self. I understand that. I understand what it means when you want to show up looking your best self, but you don't know how. You don't know where to start, and you don't have nobody around you to help you with that. I understand that. And what separates my photography business from any other photography business is because I understand as a woman, and I'm here to help you. I don't just take your pictures, but I hold your hand throughout your whole branding journey, because that's what we do. We go over outfits. We go over makeup. We go over hair. We go over shoes. We go over how you want to present yourself. Who are you looking to target? And that's why I help specifically women in business, I help them show up on camera. I help them reach their target audience. I help them reach the people that their business is for. Period. Because business is to serve. But if you don't have the visuals, if you don't have the presence, if you don't have the presentation to show up the way that you need to show up so you can reach the people that God has called you to reach, it's going to always be a gap in between the two. But we're here to fill that gap. Period. That's what Jennro Studio, that's what we do. That's what we do. Okay? Entrepreneurship, owning a business, is for you to serve. It's not all about money. The money is going to come. But once God see that you're obedient with this idea that he gave you, with this gift he gave you, with the talent that he gave you, you're obedient with it, you're disciplined with it, the money is going to come. But how long would you stay down for me to see that you're serious about this before the money come? Right? But they don't tell you about that with entrepreneurship. It's spiritual. It's very much spiritual. And I ain't going to even beat around the bush with it. It's spiritual. So if you're not looking to connect with God for real, baby girl, I don't know what to tell you. Because it just ain't going to work out. It's not going to work out. All right? And if you're not married, and I could only speak from my experience, okay? If you're not married, you have the higher advantage because you're not connected to nobody. You're not legally with nobody. So if you want to go start that thing and God tell you the person that you're with, you have to separate from them because they're not aligned with what he's calling you to do. I ain't going to say it's easy for you to detach from that person, but you'll know what to do. Right? It's going to be up to you to do it or not. If you don't do it, that's up to you and our Father who art in heaven. But if you do it, when you do it though, I'm telling you, you're going to see a version of you that you've never seen before. And with me, what started me on my entrepreneurship journey, y'all, I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. I look around and I see all of this stuff that goes on around us. I see all of this stuff that has happened to us. When I say us, I mean, and I have a son. I have a son. I'm raising a son. Right? So I'm looking at all of this that's going on around us. And the job that I had before I started this journey, I was an insurance agent, and we specifically service elderly people, like people that were like in a like late 50s, 60s, 70s, sometimes 80s. Very little we service people that was in their 90s. But with working with those people and seeing it firsthand with my own two eyes, bro, and seeing what life can be if you don't become the person that God has called you to become, it has changed my whole look of life. It has made me really stop to look in the mirror and ask myself, is this really what I want to do? And I've been having my insurance license. I think I got that like in 2021. And 2024 was the last year of me actually using it. And I worked hard for that license. I worked hard for that insurance license because I had got the life, accident, and health. All three. I worked hard to get that license. But I went and got that license because before that, I was working at Walmart. And I got tired of the little petty cash that I was making from that. So I decided to go ahead and go into the insurance industry because I heard that the insurance industry was a good money-making industry. And trust me, like, it is. But you got to fully be dedicated, especially if you're working in insurance. You're working with an insurance company and it's strictly commission-based. You got to, they even train you and tell you that this is basically your business because you have to really treat it like your business. You have to show up. You have to show up to the office when needed. You have to make sure that your clients are straight. You got to make sure that your back office is straight. You got to make sure that you have appointments on your schedule. You got to make sure that you showing up to all the team meetings. You got to also work on putting yourself in a position to where you're going to lead the next person that's coming into the company, because you don't want to just, the type of person I am, I don't like to stay stagnant, and I don't like to stay in the same position forever. Once I learn the game, once you teach me the game, I bet what I need to do to get to the next level. That's how I always been, no matter what type of company that I work for. So with the last insurance company that I was working for, I'm sitting here and I'm sitting every day. I'm sitting with people who are like 65 and up, like older people, right? And they're living on fixed incomes, barely making ends meet. Every month they living off the same income. So as the economy is rising, they still only making the same amount of income. And most of them was like on disability. Most of them could go out and go work again. Most of them didn't have like other income coming in. Like what they had was just what they had. Like I'm seeing this firsthand with my own two eyes, and it made me just look at life so different. And I thank God for sending me through that. I honestly thank God for showing me that with my own two eyes, because life is really what you make it. No matter what, your decisions and your choices is really going to determine what type of quality of life you're going to live. And I've learned to see money in that way. I don't use money to buy material things. I don't use money to just show off, oh, look what I got. No, I see money as using it to provide a better quality of life. That, you feel me? To have a better quality experience of life. When I first started this journey of quitting my job and starting this, y'all, I just knew that I wanted to become better myself, and I wanted to give my son better no matter what. Because I'm not the type of person to wait on nobody to try to come save me. I'm just not that type of person. And you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I do desire a partner that would support. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I do desire a partner that want the same thing in and out of life. Yes, I do desire a partner that, you know, we share the same belief. Yes, I do desire a partner that wholeheartedly, fully believe in God. Yes, I do. But I have to believe in myself. I have to make this happen myself. And when I sat down and really had this conversation with myself, I'm like, I have to become the best version of myself. I have to, no matter what. And that's what really started this journey. And on this journey, I've learned so much. And another thing I would like to, you know, like for the young woman out there that wants to really own her own business, or tired of working for people, or know for sure that God is calling you to hire, you have to learn money management too. You have to learn how to budget. You have to learn to stop spending your money on getting your nails done and switch to those press-on nails. You have to learn how to take some time out to watch those YouTube videos and do your own hair. You have to learn how to stop saying yeah when people asking you to go out and do this and the third, but you know that you on a budget. You know, you on a budget because now you're looking to grow your business. Now you got to put extra money. Now you got to invest extra money into your business now. So sometimes you got to sit it out. Sometimes you got to sit it out. And what has shifted my mind, hold on, let me go get it. So what has really helped me look at money completely different, and how I spend my money and what I'm looking to invest my money in, is this book right here. This book, when I first started my entrepreneurship journey, has really made me look at money so freaking different. so different. And it also gives you tips on like what to invest your money in too. When you, especially when you're first starting out and you really want to build, like wealth for real. Like they tell you the difference of, like, I've learned the difference between liabilities and assets because of this book. I've learned the difference of what wealthy people really do and what poor people really do. I've learned what, like real estate and, like this, then, like it's an amazing book. Like, amazing book. And I suggest, like, if you're looking to start your entrepreneurship journey, the number one thing is learning more about money. Okay, what it is, what it do, and have a plan of, like, I know that my plan is to, like, real estate investments. Like, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get my hands on that. Real estate investments. I get so hyped up even talking about it because I have a goal for myself. My 30th birthday, I want my first real estate property. That's my goal, right? So, yes, this is definitely a book that you will want to invest in and start reading because it's really amazing. Like, it tells you about, like, tax advantages. It tells you, like in this book, I've learned that, like, your first home is not an asset, it's a liability. Yeah, I learned that in this book. And it's not an asset because you're not making money from it. If anything, you're putting money out because of you don't own it yet. And when something do break, you have to pay for it to get it fixed. So it's money constantly going out. And when money constantly go out, it's not an asset, it's a liability. When something is considered an asset, it's bringing money in. It's making you money. So your first home is not an asset, it's a liability. And I have a home. I've been in my home for 5 years. And the whole time, I'm like, this is my first asset that I have. But it's not until it's paid off. Right? So I've learned that for real. And even, like, my tip to someone out there who haven't bought a home yet, if it was me, if I would have known what I knew now, it's okay to rent. It's okay to rent because when something breaks, your landlord comes to fix it. That's not nothing out of your pocket, right? It's okay to rent. While you're renting, start putting extra money to the side and start looking into your first real estate property before going and buy a home. That way, before you buy a home, you'll have a real estate property that you'll be making income off of, and that real estate property could be paying for your mortgage. Okay? That's an option, but what's also an option, in which I knew before I closed on my home, but it's okay, that's why we learning these things now, is to go look for a duplex or a triplex, quadplex, right? A duplex or something to where you could rent out one side and you could live in the other side. And the income from that rent of your tenant could be paying for the whole mortgage. So you're just living there. So the money you're bringing in from whatever type of work that you do, you could be saving that money and looking to invest that money to another real estate property. I wish I knew this before, right? But it's okay. That's why we learn now. So we can move better. So we can move different, right? So yeah, I'll highly recommend this book for sure. It really changed my mind on so many things, y'all. So entrepreneurship, yeah, money management, learn how to budget, learn how to emergency fund too. You should have an emergency fund, and it should equal to like 6 months of your total bills. So let's say if your bills, I know this is lowballing, especially with this economy. If your bills is a total of $1,000 a month, you should have an emergency account of $6,000 a month. Okay? Yeah. So once you build your once you build your emergency account to 6 months of it, they say, you know, you can do 3 to 6, but my goal is 6. So once you build that savings account of 6 months, that's when you start investing. That's when you start putting your money elsewhere, because you don't want to have a savings account and your money just sitting there. Oh, you don't want that. Once you have that emergency account, and this is money that you have access to. So we will call it, so they call it like liquid funds, liquid money that you can touch, right? So once you have that emergency account built up, that's when you start investing your money into places that's going to make more money, because you don't want it to just be sitting there inside of a savings account. Like it, you don't make much money if it's just sitting there inside of a savings account. Like, put that money elsewhere. And I know, hearing it from a lot of wealthy people, don't be afraid to take risks when it comes down to investing too. Invest only in things that you have knowledge of. Okay, like, don't try to go off by people that say, oh, you know, like, you can make money by doing this, doing that, like investing in this, investing in that. Like, have knowledge behind the things that you're investing your money to. That's what I learned too. And it's good to learn these things now before you actually make the money. So when the money do start flowing and coming in, like, you already know what you putting it towards. You know what I'm saying? Like, it will already have a job, you know? So, because if your money don't have a job to do, then once it do come, it's just gonna go, and you like, it's like the money came but then it's gone, and now you don't even know where the money went. You know what I'm saying? And what really this journey, y'all, it has been beautiful, because I've learned so much so far. I've learned so much about myself. I've learned so much more about what I really want to do in and out of life. I've learned so much of, like, it continues to motivate me and push me to, you know, like, really set my son up, because I don't want my son to grow up and start from scratch. You know, like, I want to build generational wealth for real. Like, I don't just say that just because it sounds good. Like, I want to build that for real, for real. And that's where all of this, like, starts from. Because when I was also working at that job, I was like, the things I want to do in and out of life, this, even though it was commission based, but I still just felt like it was just so much more of me that I really want to tap into. You know, like, I started to become so curious of becoming that woman that God has called me to become. And I've been on this journey with God for 3 years now, because I started when I was 25 years old, when I made my OG birthday. It's like this thought, I don't know, like, something just changed that year. Like, it's like, I just want more. I just want to become better. Like, I really want to reach that high version of myself. And that's where all of this started from, y'all. And we've been, me and God been going strong for 3 years now. And this is very exclusive information that I will put out on my YouTube channel. I'm not gonna talk all of this, like, and say all of this information, like, on my Instagram or TikTok or nothing like that, because, like, the attention span on those social sites is so short, and I feel like I have so much to say, and it's like I want to help as much as I can to who's ever sitting here watching this video. And the fact that you actually came over here to watch this video, I want to give you as much value as I can, no matter what. So that's, like, y'all, like, this journey. I've also learned that I really want to, my dream job is to get dressed, get cute, and I just have to show up my full authentic self. I just be me. Like, that's what I want to get paid for. Like, I just want to get paid to just be me. Like, that's it. That's what I want to do. Now, what that looks like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure that part out. I'm trying to understand that part. Like, on this journey, God would, I know for me, I've experienced, you know, like, going through learning so many different skills. And I'm still on this just journey of learning different skills that should eventually lead to the overall big thing. And like today I had a Valentine's Day shoot scheduled for myself to do a Valentine's Day campaign for Jennro Studios. But the fabric, the backdrop that I had, it didn't match the aesthetic of what I seen and what I really wanted to do. So now I have to return the fabric that I have and order the fabric that aligns with what I actually see, because we're not have doing nothing over here. We're not doing that. No. But being that happened today, I'm like, now, okay, I started to have adversity. You know, when things like that happen, when it takes a turn, I start to have adversity. I'm gonna just be honest, and I start questioning, like, is like, what am I supposed to do? What is this journey? Like, when am I finally going to? Like, when am I finally going to reach or yeah, like reach that thing that I'm gonna be known for? When am I finally going to say, okay, this, I know for sure that this is it? I haven't had that yet, y'all. I haven't had that yet. I haven't, you know? And so now I'm just, because I don't like to just waste days. I don't. So I just, you know, I'm like, you know what? It's time for me to get back on YouTube anyway and share my journey of entrepreneurship, because I can help other women out there. You know, and I also said that I need to go ahead and get back into my daily devotional too, because that has helped me so much on this journey day to day. Like when I don't read my daily devotions, like I feel a bit lost. I start questioning myself, you know, is this really what I want to do? You know, I start questioning myself, like, maybe this not it. I just start questioning, you know, it's just a lot of adversity starts showing up. And the crazy thing is, today is January 10th, y'all. And the daily devotion, I'm going to read it to y'all. And the daily devotion is dealing with adversity. And it's just crazy how this is the daily devotion. And that's why I say I need to get back into my daily devotional. And that's why I say that entrepreneurship is very spiritual, because you go through some days you would feel like you just want to give up. Some days you feel like you just want to quit. I promise you. But that's why it's so important to stay connected with him. So I'm going to read it to y'all. And it says, the righteous person faces many troubles, but the Lord comes to the rescue each time. And it also gives you a scripture to go read after that quote. So this one says Psalms 34 verse 19. Then it also says, we are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. Down in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 8 through 9. When you go through the deep waters, I will be with you. When you go through rivers of difficulty, you will not drown. When you walk through the fire of oppression, you will not be burned up. The flames will not consume you. This is Isaiah chapter 43, verse 2. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope. And that is such a common verse that many people know, and that is Jeremiah 29:11. The Lord is a stronghold for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble, and those who know your name put their trust in you. For you, O Lord, have not forsaken those who seek you. Psalms chapter 9, verse 9 through 10. Don't let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God and trust also in me. John 14, verse 1. And then it also says at the bottom to dive deep into adversity. Adversity is inevitable. Just ask Joseph and his brothers, or Job, who lost everything, or David, who had to flee from the king, or Paul, who was thrown in prison. All of these people learned that God's promises of care, rescue, and his presence are true, which is why they chose to face adversity through God's power. You can choose whether adversity will make you better because you have grown and learned from it, or whether it will leave you bitter because you feel you were a victim. That's why I say that entrepreneurship is very spiritual. Because it's the connection that you have with God and the relationship you have with Him that gets you through. If it wasn't for me, and I'm getting chills even talking about this, if it wasn't for being connected with God, I would not have made it this far. I would have been thrown in the towel. Okay? We're living in a world right now where it's so much adversity and it's so much war within just this country, period. Like, I'm not talking about country to country war. I'm talking about the United States type war. It's so much war that goes on, and the biggest war that we are fighting right now is war within ourselves. Feeling like we can't do it. Feeling like, we can't push through it, or we're not going to make it, or this and the third. But whatever you believe that you can truly do, you can really do it. You just choose not to. Or your current circumstance tell you that you can't. But it's God. He's the one that's going to help you through. Nobody else can. Nobody else can. So this is the end of this video. I'm going to go ahead and do a part 2 of this video because I want to keep this conversation going and I don't want these videos to be too long. So if you enjoy this conversation, if you enjoy listening to this, and if this is giving you hope and pushing you forward, please comment down below and let me know. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all social media platforms, and I'll see you in the next video.